Today I'm bringing you guys the top 10 tips for new players inside of Diablo Immortal. And I think the first thing that everyone needs to realize is that this is the best action RPG game on mobile, but there's something you need to keep in mind, and this is how we're going to start out the video. You can enjoy almost everything inside of this game as a free-to-play player, but if you want to be competitive and be one of the best inside of the game, compete in PvP, and really be at the top of the leaderboards, you are going to have to spend money inside of the game, and by that I mean a lot of money inside of the game. If you want to be number one, we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars inside of the game, pushing $100,000. But I do not spend that much money inside of the game. I spend $5 per month inside of Diablo Immortal, and with that amount of money, I'm still up there in power with a lot of other players, and I can enjoy everything inside of the game, but I do shy away from the PvP battles. But I want to tell you guys that are ready to dive into the best action RPG, in my opinion, the things that you need to know and the tips that you can have for your progression inside of the game, as essentially I'm assuming most of you are new players, low spenders, or free-to-play players. Now let's start off with the best value inside of the game if you want to spend any money at all, and that's going to be the Battle Pass. I spend $5 per month on a Battle Pass. I find that to be very fair. That comes out to being $60 per year, and that's what I would pay for a game that I'm playing anyways if I were to buy the game. With that, you get the top, which is the free tier, and the bottom tier of all of these rows. This does include cosmetics that are bound to the class that you claim it on. So if I claim this on my Barbarian, it's not going to be available on any other classes, only on the Barbarian. As of right now, let's cross our fingers and hope that that changes. But I think for $5, you're really getting a good deal here. So my first tip, if you're going to be a low spender, would be to get the Battle Pass. That's probably the only thing that you should buy. Going over the shop, things can get very expensive very quickly. These deals are really great, but it's also worth noting with a lot of these deals, you're going to be able to get legendary crests. Eternal legendary crests are ones that after you purchase them, run them in an Elder Rift, you'll get a legendary gem. That gem, whatever it is, can be sold in the market for platinum, which you can then exchange for different gems that you may want. But if you get some of the gems, some of the legendary crests in here, such as this one, this orange one right here, that is not an eternal legendary crest. This legendary crest is bound to you, and no matter what gem you pull from it, you cannot sell it. So whenever you pick up packs, those are the legendary crests you get with packs. You can only get regular legendary crests, eternal legendary crests, when you buy them with orbs, or if you get them from some other in-game ways. Now let's talk about other ways to get crests inside of the game. First of all, every single day when you go to your Elder Rift, there will be a rare crest available for you to claim. Now, you should run a bunch of Elder Rifts every day with any crests that you have, because you're going to get yourself Fading Embers. Fading Embers and runes can then be converted over in the where you go with the jeweler, and they can be changed into legendary gems. So once I get enough of those, I can take a look over here and I can start crafting gems that I can then use for further upgrades, for progression, or even to use inside of my build. Keep in mind, gems go from level 1 all the way up to level 10. And 5-star gems, they have a ranking between 2 and 5 stars out of 5. Notice right here, my Seeping Bile is a 3-star out of 5-star gem. I know it gets confusing. The higher the stars, the stronger it is. And you hear a lot of people talking about gem resonance inside of the game. This is really the power behind PvP. As you can see, as I am a spender, which I now shared with you, this is about where my resonance is. 1500 is where it lies and kind of stays for a while for a lot of people that spend the $5 a month, maybe even a little bit more. The whales, the people that are spending thousands of dollars, are going to have 5,000 resonance, and they're going to be able to do a lot more damage inside of PvP. But where else can we get legendary crests? Right over here from the merchant. Now, the top one, which I've already claimed, which costs platinum, but remember, you do get platinum every single day from turning in your bounties. We'll get to that next. I got my legendary crest, which I can then use and sell the gem. So if I get a 5 out of 5 star legendary gem, that could be valued up to 200,000 platinum plus inside of the shop, which is a huge benefit for me. Now the odds of pulling that are slim. I also got myself a regular legendary crest, which was 1600 platinum. And with that one, I'm stuck with the gem. I can't sell it. If I like it, I'll use it. If I don't like it, I will use it as food to upgrade other gems. Now, another thing that we need to do every single day is go in here and do your bounties. Your bounties in the bounty board are very valuable with the rewards you get. You're almost guaranteed a legendary if you do these every single day. And something here that's really important is, notice I have 20 available. Every day you have 8 available. If you miss a day, you have 16. If you miss a second day, you have 24. After that, you start losing the bounties. 24 is the max that you can hold. So it's important that you do your bounties every single day, or at least every third day, so you don't miss out on those potential rewards. Now let's take a look really quickly at my character, and I'm going to explain what things mean really quick. You have your damage, you have your life, and you have your combat rating. This game is completely revolving around combat rating. The higher your combat rating, the higher you can go up in hell level. As you can see, I'm on hell 8 right now, which is the highest hell level you can get to. When you're starting out, you're going to be right here on normal, level 1 through 60. This is before you hit Paragon. And maybe you're that new and you don't know what Paragon actually is. So let me explain to you. Paragon is essentially when the game begins. When you start, you level up from level 1 to level 60. Then beyond that, you earn a Paragon point and a Paragon token for every level beyond 60. So as you can see from my character, I am level 625. That's level 60, Paragon 625. I'm 625 levels above max, or above level 60, which is the max for your character, which is very nice. Now, as you do this, you unlock Paragon trees. And sometimes the game will bug on you. Just so you all know, this is actually a good point as well. This iPad I'm using is only a year old, but it was a very inexpensive iPad. I spent $250 on this iPad, and for the most part, it runs the game flawlessly. Every once in a while, it will get a reboot like we just saw there, but it's not something typical. It just seems to always happen when I want to do a video, of course, right? But like I was talking about with these Paragon points, these are going to unlock trees where you can spend your Paragon points on different things that are going to make you stronger and really focus on different elements of your gameplay. Like for me, I'm currently using the Treasure Hunter Paragon tree. This is going to give me buffs along the way. Something else worth noting about Paragon trees are whether you're using the tree or not using the tree, like this gladiator tree, it's not currently active, I still get all of the buffs from any of the circles. So all of these, the damage buff, the life buff, the resistance buff, the armor buff, the potency buff, the life buff, I'm getting all of those buffs, even though I'm not utilizing this tree. If I want to utilize these other skills right here, or other Paragon elements right here, I would need to activate the tree. Now all of the squares work, but now the squares are not working over here on the Treasure Hunter, only the circles. So I like to go for damage. I think that damage is really nice inside of the game, but really it's up to you on how you spend your points. And remember, you could spend them on all of these different trees, even if you're not using them, because remember, the circles work no matter what. You're going to get those buffs whether you are utilizing the tree or if you're not utilizing the tree. Now, every single day, you're going to want to go up here and you're going to want to visit the merchant, because the merchant up top is going to give you rewards that you can spend tokens on every single day. I'm going to give you an example right now that's going to maybe help you progress some things in your account that you're struggling to get. Over here, the hilt trader, you're going to trade in hilts for these rewards. So I can get myself a legendary item, rare crests. Normal gems are actually a really good buy here. You're going to go in here and you're going to choose the type of gem that you want. As you can see, I could choose a tourmaline, boom, buy 1 gem with the 200 hilts. Those are gems that go in your secondary gear, which is what we're getting to next. Aspirant keys. I like to get 5 of these every single day because we run them in the gauntlet. We also can get charms and a bunch of other stuff. Telluric pearls are nice too because once you get 40 of these pearls, you can craft a 2 out of 5 star legendary gem, which is actually fairly valuable inside of the game. So let's continue on and talk about my actual gear. You have your legendary gear, which will start becoming unlocked as you reach your max level. Until that time, until your max level, just throw in the strongest gear possible. It doesn't matter, throw in the strongest stuff. But then you're going to be able to choose the gear that you want, and the gear is going to offer you the ability to socket a gem. And also it's going to give you legendary attributes. So right now, the legendary attribute of this piece of gear, Lacerate, which is my primary attack, inflicts bleeding that deals 8,000 plus damage over 3 seconds. This is a buff of this piece of legendary gear. All of this gear is upgraded to level 17. It goes way, way beyond. You're going to want to continuously upgrade your gear over at the blacksmith as quickly and as often as you can. Now, it's also worth noting that you have secondary gear. Secondary gear you typically get from some rewards inside of the game, but really running dungeons. These are set items, and you should also be upgrading these as much as you can. But Echo, how do you upgrade them? Well, you upgrade them at the blacksmith, but you get the rewards needed to upgrade these pieces of items with the challenge rifts. Not the Elder Rifts like I showed you before, but the Challenge Rifts would stand right next to it. The higher you get in Challenge Rifts, the more rewards that you get, and that allows you to upgrade these to higher and higher levels. As it sits now, I could probably push and should probably push a few extra levels to try and increase my level there for my secondary gear. These ways, the primary gear and the secondary gear, are huge ways for you to gain power when you're stuck. You may be stuck at a certain boss inside of the game and you just can't get past that boss. Well, a good way that you can try and do that is to progress your power through upgrading your gear. Make sure that you upgrade your gear so that you don't sit there with level 1 gear and sit on a boss for 10 minutes trying to take them down and get crushed time and time again. Upgrading your gear will allow this to happen a lot more quickly. Now, right over here, we have the essence transfer, and this is important because you could take the skills or the attributes from your primary legendary gear that I just shared with you, like that Lacerate, and you could save the essences. As you can see, I have the essences for all of these skills or these bonuses for my legendary gear. I can then inherit if I want to change the skill. So right now I have Spirit Breaker. Sprint also leaves tornadoes in your path that deal damage. If I want to change that attribute, I can switch it over to this one right here, hit OK, and it will change the skill that's buffed or the bonus for that legendary piece of gear. So now Demoralize is replaced with an Intimidating Shout that damages nearby enemies. This costs nothing, and it just allows you to switch between gear pretty darn easily, which is very nice. Now, another thing that you want to do, especially when you don't have all of your legendary stuff unlocked. So for me, for example, I need to get myself some legendary weapons that I don't have the essences for. It's a good idea to come over to the shop every single day, and if you have the gold, buy 10 of the first and 10 of the second mystery primary and mystery weapon. The secondary and the jewelry, I would stay away from those. You're not going to get the legendaries you're looking for, but the first two, and oh my god, literally the worst luck. Let's try here on the first. Once you get to 10, there we go, we got something right there. Whirlwind now inflicts a stacking chill. That's a new legendary. Once you get to 10, as you can notice by the mystery primary armor, the price goes up. This resets every single day. Make sure you don't spend more and just wait for the next day. We have right here another legendary. Hammer of the Ancients now summons a spirit. That's actually a fun one as well, but I already have the essence, and we are getting low on gold. We got ourselves a few legendaries, so we'll go on over to the blacksmith. We'll make sure that we get rid of all of the secondary or all of the gear that's not legendaries that I don't want, because you want to keep your backpack pretty empty. Boom. It will never get rid of your legendaries, and then you can go extract those essences from the essence transfer. Now, I want to again remind you, you can only get so strong through all of these methods. It all does come down when we're talking about PvP. It comes down to the legendary gems that you're going to be socketing, and if it's something that you are going to be investing in. Now, also every day there is an events tab, and it's a great idea for you to participate in these events so you can get the rewards for being part of the game and for doing what you would typically do inside of the game. Get rewarded, especially if you're a free player or a new player, because it's going to progress you more quickly. And why not get rewards for doing things that you would be doing anyway inside of the game? And lastly, it's a great idea to join a clan. Find yourself a clan that has people in it that are active, that are there to participate in more advanced activities that we could talk about in another video. But being in a clan is going to allow you guys to really work well together, do different activities, and get more rewards inside of the game. As you can see, we are in the Iceburn tier server, and our clan is the Scrappy Echoes, led by Red October. So this was just a general overview of some things that you need to know regarding starting out inside of Diablo Immortal. Remember, this game can be a ton of fun, but you need to curb your expectations so that you know what you're getting from the actual game itself, what's realistic and what's not. I'm gonna follow up this video with more guides that can kind of walk you through if you're a new player, because remember, we have hundreds, thousands of new players playing Diablo Immortal for the first time every single day. If you enjoyed this video or found it valuable in any way, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on my daily Diablo Immortal videos.